Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, folks, it was a hot one in Salt Lake City yesterday. We hit 98 degrees. Yeah, probably brings back some memories for some of us if you know the 98-degree band. But otherwise, the normal high, 90 degrees. So we were well above average for this time of the year. And it's only going to be hotter today. Now, I say in Salt Lake City, it was hot all across the Beehive State. Many of us getting into those mid to upper 90s here. But I think we're going to see a few more triple digits on the map as we go throughout today. Temperatures out there right now, 57 degrees in Logan, 53 in Heber, but we've got 75 in Provo, 78 in Salt Lake City. Yeah, 78 degrees at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's not very cool. 82 degrees still in St. George. That's cooler than the 88 degrees you had at about 4 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, hey, we'll take what we can get, right? Still, these temperatures anywhere from 5, 10, 15, even over 20 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time. So some big-time warmth has settled into the area. Let's talk about your weather story as we go throughout the day, because the big deal for your Tuesday, it's going to be the heat, folks. We've got heat advisories in effect for portions of the Beehive State as we go throughout this afternoon for the potential of some of that dangerous heat. Here's the look at what we're forecasting. High temperatures, upper 90s to right around 100 degrees across the northern half of the state. Oh, it's going to be a scorcher, folks. And we're looking at temperatures, same story really across central and southern sections of the state. Even 106 in St. George this afternoon. Now, you see a couple of these little lightning bolts. I have more on that in just a moment, but there's a chance of a few isolated storms. But again, as we talk about the heat, we've got heat alerts in effect here. Eastern Box Elder County, the northern Wasatch Front, down towards the Tooele Valley. What this basically is telling us here is we've got a combination here, or a culmination really, of the temperatures not cooling off much this morning. They're going to warm right back up today, close to 100 degrees, and then they're not going to cool off much tonight. So you add all of that heat together, and it helps to aid in that potential heat illness as we go throughout the next 24 hours. So you got to use extreme caution if you're going to be out and about. Of course, some of your basic heat safety tips, just as a reminder for you. Of course, we'll do this a lot this time of the year. But, of course, never leave the kids, pets, or anybody, really, inside the vehicle for any length of time. Even if you think it's going to be 5 minutes, don't do it. Drink plenty of water. You got to stay hydrated, but also staying hydrated means replacing those electrolytes as well, because as you sweat out a lot of that salt from the body. Reduce your strenuous activities. If you can avoid the 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. being outside, I know a lot of folks work outside, so it's hard. But if you can avoid that time, that's always good. Stay in the shade or find the AC as much as possible. And, of course, make sure you're comfortable and wear those light-colored clothing. Now, as we go throughout the rest of the week, the middle of the week at least, the next story will be the monsoonal moisture that can move in. That could bring us some dry and wet thunderstorms, which is good and bad. High pressure brings in that moisture with that southerly flow, but the problem is not only could we see some heavy rain with some of these storms, we could see some lightning with some of these storms, and that is a problem because you add that with the dry vegetation, you get some dangers therefore with the fires across the south. So a couple of isolated showers by lunchtime, but notice how that blossoms in the afternoon. Again, today I think primarily for the higher elevations, but I think the coverage and the intensity will increase across the area as we go into your Wednesday afternoon, and I think we'll see that story continuing right on into your Thursday as well as we kind of tap in the heart of that monsoonal moisture. But again, with some of these thunderstorms being dry thunderstorms, just some lightning, that's where we could have some fires started. So central and southern mountains, you've got red flag warnings in effect. 106 in St. George, an isolated storm possible. Otherwise, it's just hot out there. We cool it slightly for Wednesday and Thursday with a slightly better chance of some of those isolated storms. But for the holiday into the holiday weekend, it is dry and it is hot, folks. The Wasatch Front, isolated storms over the next few days, along with that dangerous heat today. Otherwise, again, as we go into the weekend, it is dry and it is warming up out there.